meditating.
Calm home. Home. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you're supposed to hold the breath there. Oh, so the relaxing sounds of reality redemption. It's been a rough weekend. Yeah. Do you want to start off with the healthcare system around here, huh?
Do I want to start off with it? No. Do I want us to have Medicare for all? Yes. So yeah, let me get into it, I guess.
Okay, just remember to breathe.
So today has been an extremely exhausting day. So thank you, MJ, for the relaxing music. Hopefully it will sink into my subconscious and help. But yes, so I recently got a hernia, so I need surgery. So it has been a long, exhausting day trying to schedule this. Number one, I don't know if the rest of the world knows this, but where we live, they are very backed up still from the pandemic. So elective surgeries are still in the process of being able to be performed. So I ended up having to get an appointment in Vegas because they can't even get me in for a consultation until the end of October.
What?
Yes. And then it's like dealing with your insurance company. I want to say this to all Americans, because I don't know if maybe the rest of you have amazing insurance companies that I don't know about, but they have this little clause now, the whole in-network. And if you don't use someone that, while they may take your insurance, like Aetna, they may say, oh yes, we take Aetna. And then you get a bill later that says, sorry, this is not covered because you went to someone that was not in network. So you have to be sure to ask that too, if they're in network. It's like in network is the new pre-existing condition thing that your insurance can fuck you with, you know? So the whole time, like, I'm like basically raging, you know? I'm not mean to the people on the phone, but I'm like raging inside, and I'm just like, why in the fuck is our country so goddamn stupid and so against Medicare for all?
Well, because it's socialism.
Why? Like, do some of you enjoy having to call a million different fucking doctors to find out where you can go? Do you enjoy that? Is that fun for you? Wouldn't you rather just be able to, like, have fucking health care?
I had to see a cardiologist earlier this year, and it took forever to get the referral.
It should
and
not
then the approval.
It should not be a full-time job to research where you can go for medical, who you can see, blah, blah, blah. That should not be a full-time job when we all have actual full-time fucking jobs.
I was told to see a cardiologist within 10 days, and it took 4 months. Just because...
It's insane.
I think that's part of the reason is because we can't get quality doctors here because they don't pay. Then
who the fuck wants to come to Kingdom?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, your experience in the ER, you know, you're just there with a bunch of overweight people who don't take care of themselves.
Well, the majority of the waiting room, yes, was full of people where you're like, I'm sitting there as like a normal person going, you can physically see why you have so many health problems. And this is not fat shaming, so people need to chill.
Right.
But it's like all that adds to your overall health. And if you don't know that and you're just like, oh, you can't be mean, I'm not being mean to you. I fucking care for your well-being apparently more than you do.
Yeah, more than they do because they don't care about themselves and they don't care about others. These same people.
And you drive healthcare costs up by being all unhealthy.
The same people that will go, well, I don't want to take the vaccine because I don't know what's in it and I don't want to put that into my body.
But you're putting Big Macs into your body?
Yeah. I'm telling you what we should do, and this works like a charm, is we open up another McDonald's or burger place, whatever, call it MAGA Burger or whatever, and we put the vaccine in the junk food. We put it in the Diet Coke. We put it in the burgers. We put it in the MAGA meals. Little kids MAGA meals. Each one comes with like a flag. And like the burgers, we'll make like a tinfoil wrapping, something that's not environmentally friendly,
so that they can use it later on their heads.
Right? Yeah. No, we'll do it in the old fashioned. When McDonald's had the styrofoam containers for your burgers.
Yeah. Remember the one that you put together, like the Mc BLT, where the hot stuff came on one side and the cold stuff was
right.
Was that a Mc? No, yeah. What was that called?
Well, the point being is they don't believe in climate change.
BLT.
So we'll make it styrofoam containers and we'll print Confederate flags on some of the containers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But we'll put the vaccine in the burger. Well, no, you can't do that because it has to be temperature controlled. So we'll put it in the Diet Coke because they'll get.
And we have to give a discount to police officers so they know we're legit. We're back in the blue. We're right. Giving them a.
Right, but that would get the unvaccinated rate around here right up there.
Right.
I mean, because we're still hanging around 30%, and the majority of the people around here and in a lot of red states will not take the vaccine, even though Trump said that he came up with it, and he wants all the credit for it.
Right,
but they won't take it.
It came out during your Lord and Savior.
Yeah, and now they're all like, my body, my choice. Yeah, well, where are you on the abortion stance? It's just such bullshit, and that's why we were playing the soothing music.
Because they probably look at how undereducated. Look at how dumbed down our nation has become. They probably think that my body, my choice. They probably don't even know that is actually for the abortion issue. They probably have no idea.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, because it amazes me how much people don't know anymore.
Yeah. All right, so we'll jump back into that because we were trying to get away from this, but sometimes things are just so frustrating that you have to go back to talking about COVID and everything else. Do you know who Dr. Dexter Holland is? He has a PhD in micromolecular biology.
Dexter Holland? I thought that's the guy from Offspring.
That is the guy from Offspring.
Okay.
So he is, but he's a doctor.
Hey, good for him.
And he's also a pilot. Well, the reason why I bring up the Offspring is their drummer, Pete Parada, I think his name is. He resigned from the band because he refused to get the vaccine before they go out on tour.
Oh, okay. And Dexter was like, I believe in science. Like, I want you to get it.
Right.
Oh.
Well, plus going out on tour, being in all these tight spaces, they want everybody as vaccinated as possible.
Dude, that makes me want to go see the Offspring, even though I kind of stopped liking them when they came out with that Pretty Fly for a White Guy. I love old Offspring. We're talking Jennifer Lost the War. That is a fucking badass song.
I'm going to see them in October. They're playing part of the Aftershock Festival.
Oh, wow.
With Social Distortion and Dropkick Murphys.
I wonder if they play their old stuff too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they play mostly old stuff.
I mean, even before Smash.
Oh, a couple songs.
Do they play Jennifer Lost the War?
No. When I saw them last.
That's one of your baddest ass songs.
Well, Pete the drummer has Julian Barry syndrome, which is his immune system attacks his nervous system. I guess if it's not safe for him to take the vaccine, I guess you get a pass, but I think Dr. Dexter would know that, or not.
Well,
before getting
because there are some people who their doctors are saying due to their health issues that they should not get the vaccine. But I mean, is that a condition where you shouldn't?
I'm not sure on that. The news just came out today.
Yeah, and you would think that Dexter, if he's a doctor, he'd be like, okay, that's not one that...
Yeah, well, the drummer was like, doing the my body, my choice type of thing, too. Oh. So...
Well, maybe like Kid Rock or Ted Nugent are looking for a drummer.
Ted Nugent still
Get
refuses.
A hold of him.
Ted Nugent still refuses to get it, even though he got COVID and got really sick from it.
A lot of people do. There's people, they've interviewed people getting released from the hospital. They're like, "Oh, I was super sick from COVID. Like, yeah, I didn't even know if I'd make it. Are you going to go get the vaccine? No, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Like, first off, now I have the antibodies, and still, I don't know what's in that vaccine, so I'm not going to get it." And I'm like, all right, then keep...
Lindsey Graham got it after he was vaccinated, and he said, well, it's a good thing I did get vaccinated because it would have been a lot worse. Lindsey Graham.
I know. There's a lot... Look, I'm at the point where I don't even want to talk to them about it anymore. I'm like, I am way past done telling people my opinions on the vaccine. What I like to say is, I got the vaccine. I'm happy I got it. I can't wait to get a booster shot because I want to be extra protected. But
I almost feel like going to get it again. Just give me another round.
Say that,
I haven't got it.
Like, I need to get the vaccine. I know, just be like, hey, I want to get my own booster. Like, my body, my choice. I'm going to take my medical decisions in my own hands.
So, hopefully the Aftershock Festival still happens, but with the Delta variant, it's still a wait and see. I watched Lollapalooza over the weekend, and they had like 100,000 people in Chicago, and it does seem a little weird to be watching a con. I mean, it was cool to watch a concert that size, but you're kind of going, ooh, that looks like a super spreader event. Even though you had to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test at the door before you went in.
I don't know. It was, well, remember when I told you, like, last time I was in Vegas and I had to go, like, waste some time. So I was like, I guess I'll just go to Target and walk around. Do you know how fucking weird I felt, like, walking around in Target? Like, because I haven't been in a store. I've been doing the drive up and they load your car up and you leave. So it was so weird walking in a store for me.
I'm going to a show at the House of Blues on Friday night, another Corey Taylor show, but...
Who is Corey Taylor?
Singer for Slipknot, Stone Sour.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not a fan of that band.
Anyway, you have to mask up for that show because Las Vegas, they have a mask mandate now inside Los Angeles, New York. Not the governor. We'll get to him in a minute. The mayor, Bill de Blasio. Mm-hmm. He said if you're going to a restaurant, you go in the movie theater, Broadway, concert, you have to show proof of vaccination.
Okay.
Let's go back to talking about idiots for a minute.
Okay.
Our Mojave County Board of Supervisors.
Full of idiots.
Full of idiots. They turned down an $800,000. I'm lisping. $800,000 grant to educate people about COVID. Now, the Board of Supervisors turned it down because they were afraid that people were going to be going door to door to push the vaccine, which part of it is they do want to go door to door to give people the chance that might not be able to get to a vaccination center to get vaccinated.
Right, people that don't drive.
Right.
Right.
But the county said no on that. I think they should use part of that $800,000 to pay for their medical bills, to pull their collective heads out of their asses.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. This is another thing where I'm like, yeah, keep turning down money for our fucking county. I mean, I don't... I don't know what else to say. Like, what do you say?
Couldn't-
Other than, like, you can't just say, fine, don't fucking give them the vaccines. I mean, let them.
I don't know.
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to say that either, because it's like when we get more people vaccinated, we all get past this. We all don't have to. We all can go to concerts without our masks. We all can move on with our lives. But then part of me is just like, I am so sick and tired of dealing with these people. They have known the same things that I have known for well over a year now. Like,
but they don't believe in it though. They still think it's a hoax. It's fake, and
that's why I don't even want to talk to them. I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend that you're dead. Then I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, well, it's thinning the herd, definitely.
I mean, because part of me is like, well, fuck it. We still need a control group to figure out what's going to happen. I mean, I don't fucking know. And I hate to sound like that. But, and then now I'm just getting all charged up. I really didn't want our podcast to be full of F-bombs.
Do I need to put on that soothing music again?
I know.
Okay, so let's go to one other thing. Let's keep this fairly short. Because we have to continue our homework for next weekend.
Lots of reading.
The Mojave Democrats put up a sign, well, three billboards around the area. Never forget, sedation is treason, not patriotism. Now, that's a very true statement, right? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about 1-6, obviously.
Right. I thought they put never forget 1-6, and they put the date.
You never forget 1-6.
Yeah.
Sedition
we should treat it like 9/11.
Sedition is treason.
Okay.
Okay. Now, our fine county supervisor, Travis Lingenfelter, put up on his Facebook. We were dancing around it before. Fuck it, just call him out.
Just use his real name. I went ahead and blocked him anyway.
Well,
he deleted me, so I blocked him.
Well, he posted.
I don't care.
That the sign was very divisive. Okay, and in fact, that Democrats refuse to let it go, and it's just very division, and what we don't need in this country is division.
Then stop saying never forget 9/11.
Then, well, yeah, that, and also under the under the comments, and even Travis commented under it, that more people were outraged about what happened last summer in the riots. Well, the protests that happened around the country, and most of them were peaceful, some were not, but they lump all the protests from last summer into riots. Now, my point being to him, and I wanted to get into a conversation with him, but he obviously wouldn't answer because I made a really good point, was if you are outraged about the riots, and there was many peaceful protesters that didn't riot, that didn't cause destruction, it was probably 95% were peaceful, 5% were bad apples. So if and I don't agree with the rioting in the cities either, the destruction and all that. I don't agree with that at all. But shouldn't you also condemn the people that stormed the Capitol? Now, there was many people in Washington that day that did not storm the Capitol. There was probably 95% that didn't storm the Capitol. There was 5% that was. If you're outraged about one, shouldn't you be outraged about the other?
First off, let me just say what happened with the so-called riots. Like, I love how the right likes to use the term riots when, yes, the majority, like you said, were peaceful protests. Number two, no one on the left agrees with damaging property or anything, except for maybe some of the people who participated in damaging property, which was also found out to be some of the counter-protesters who were pretending to be Antifa.
Right.
This is facts that there were people who purposely did that. Number three, some of the people who were jackasses that damaged property have already gotten 6 fucking years in prison for what they did. So there you go. Go take that to the fucking assholes who stormed and damaged the Capitol. Let them fucking get their prison statements.
Right.
Sentences.
Didn't one of the Capitol rioters get his sentence reduced to like 8 months?
I don't know.
And he was crying about that.
Look, I don't even know that all of them have been sentenced yet.
They haven't.
But you know what? Fuckface Lingenfelter, if you're going to start shit like this, I'm in one of those moods. If you're going to, he pisses me off so bad. If you're going to start shit like this, then at least know what the fuck you're talking about and do a little research, all right?
Yeah.
Do some research on what sentences have been given to certain people in both of those situations.
You know, and he seems to forget about a few years ago when the heat was on him, when he was trying to do some good things at the airport and the good old boys were after him. He forgets who had his back. It certainly wasn't the Trump base.
No, we used to.
And
we used to even have your back when you fucked up and plagiarized somebody. Oops, embarrassing little mistake, huh?
And all he is doing, and I don't know if he really believes what he says or if he's pandering to that one side. And why?
I believe it's a little bit of both. Until he gets fucking called out, then he'll be like, then he'll somehow work it off to where he was somehow pandering. He's not going to come out and say pandering, but he's going to make excuses for why he's a dumb fuck who can't do research.
Well, and the other thing about Travis is when he was running, and last summer in particular, he was all back the blue, back the blue, back the blue, Blue Lives Matter. Of course. And we've said this 1,000 times on this podcast. Just like everything else, 95 or more % of police officers are good people. It's the 5% that ruin it for all of them. Just like at the Capitol, just like at the protests last summer, it's the 5% that ruin it. And if you're going to say Blue Lives Matter, Blue Lives mattered to the Capitol police officers who testified in front of Congress last week.
Right.
And then got shit for it afterwards.
So, Mr. What's his fucking title again? Supervisor Lingenfelter. I almost called him councilman because he used to be one of those. Supervisor Lingenfelter, then. What is your opinion on the Capitol Police? Do you think that they were actors that deserved fucking Oscars like Laura Ingraham? Or are you still backing them because they have a fucking difficult job? Which is it? Huh?
Did you hear one of the police officers that day committed suicide yesterday? Now, I don't know if it's PTSD over what happened or people commit suicide all the time for who knows what reasons. But shouldn't you be, all the Blue Lives Matter people out there, whenever an officer gets killed in line of duty?
Are you sure that the right won't just say he's a quitter like they do to Olympic people who are struggling with mental illness?
We'll get that in a second.
Well, I mean, that's what it seems to be like from those assholes.
Yeah, well, it's selective. You know, hey, if a police officer dies in the line of duty, they post it on their Facebook page, officer so-and-so got struck and hit by a car, hit and run and whatever. Oh, God bless his soul. Well, none of that happened. Travis actually put the one officer that was being beaten, that, well, he died of a heart attack. Well, yeah, technically he died of a heart attack while being beaten. I don't understand the mentality and the hypocrisy of one side, time and time again. So getting back to that sign, never forget 1-6. The one out in Golden Valley, which is 15 miles west of Kingman. Somebody spray painted over it, and they spray painted "Rebellions are heritage." Okay, so I guess they're trying to defend it wasn't.
They're trying to go all Confederacy, which is a country that no longer exists.
Right.
So,
okay. And this is going to point out the hypocrisy yet again. Mm-hmm. Rebellions are
rebels. We're rebels.
Rebels are heritage, or rebellions are heritage. These are the same people who will say, "You can't blame me for what my ancestors did," meaning slavery. Mm-hmm. It's not my fault there was slavery. Mm-hmm. but you're going to take credit for 1/6 being like, oh, well, our forefathers did it. You know? Mm-hmm. No, our forefathers never stormed the Capitol. Well, and the one time that it was invaded, you know, we kind of fought back even harder. You know, it's just all bullshit from all of us. It's all bullshit from...
You know, getting back really quick, I just want to make a point about the whole mental health issue thing and these people being assholes to a police officer who took his own life and whatnot. You know what, right-wingers? I'm so sick and tired of your tough guy attitude. I mean, I'm real glad for you that you never find a moment of weakness, okay? That you're like these ultra strong, tough guys, all right? You're so lucky. You guys are like the luckiest fucking people on the planet. But guess what? I still see through you, because if you were so strong and whatnot, like you always say, you wouldn't have to gear up with all your fucking armor and your fucking guns to go buy a sandwich. So clearly you struggle too. So maybe you should just think and look at it that maybe you struggle in different ways from other people, well, and maybe just back off a little bit.
You know, and another hypocrisy, you know, hey, it's heritage, not hate, Confederate flag, rah-rah. Aren't they supporting losers?
Second place.
Yeah. So these same people,
Second place America.
The same exact people will give shit on social media because that's all they can do. They can't get off their mom's couch, and you know, these guys couldn't do a push-up to save their mind, or sit up even. Simone Biles. Okay, they jump her case because she pulled out of the Olympics right before, because she was beginning what was called the twisties. When the twisties, in the gymnastic language, when you're up doing the thing where you flip up in the air and you land on the balance bar, you lose track of where you are in the air and you're unsure of yourself. And if you saw it, you could see it in her eyes that she was just like, she'd be halfway in there and she'd go to put her leg down, like, whoa, where am I? So she pulled out, and people like the lovely Ben Shapiro criticized her and said she was a quitter, quitting on the United States. Didn't the Confederacy quit on the United States? I mean, in the big picture?
Yeah, and wouldn't it be better than her, like, what if she had a twisties thing happen and then, like, it caused her to mess
injured
up or get hurt or whatever? Wouldn't they be more embarrassed then? Like, I mean, because they're only thinking of themselves in this, they're completely not thinking of her. So going along with their school of thought, like, wouldn't that embarrass you guys and embarrass your flag? Like, all the symbolisms you have of America, wouldn't that embarrass you more?
And they don't care about anything except for the flag. They care about the flag. They care about their guns. They care about God. They don't care about their fellow Americans. I would take a bullet for this country, but you won't take a fucking shot to protect your fellow citizens.
Right.
You know, it's all just fucking bullshit and hypocrisy. But you know, we can call out both sides, and we'll end on this. We'll call out one of our own. Andrew Cuomo today. You were busy. You were busy on the phone.
I was busy on the phone all day. I don't know.
His attorney general looked at the reports and sided with the women and said he sexually, not assaulted, workplace, what do you call it? Sexual harassment in the workplace with multiple women. And he's not gonna quit. You know, and I think at this point, even Biden called him out today, and Biden said, I think you should step down, Andrew.
Vote him out, New York.
He will be.
I mean, like, okay, I get, like, kind of both things, though. Like, if he was a Republican, He definitely would not quit, and none of them would tell him to quit. I mean, like, this has happened time and time again. I wish he would quit. Don't get me wrong. Please don't confuse the issue. But this is one of the things where I like to describe, no, they are not the same sides of the same coin. They are very much two separate sides of a coin.
Well, there is some to the point of being too woke. But
no, I know.
I'm
just saying when people try to sit there and say that, oh, the Republicans and the Democrats are the same, they're the same party, same party. Like, you'll hear that a lot from, like, usually it's like independents or people who don't know a lot about this is an example, though, of where, no, they're not, because look at how, like, the Democrats are pressuring him to step down, which I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm not saying that he shouldn't step down. I think he should after this information. I think that he should. But here's the thing. The Republican Party, if this was a Republican governor, do you think that the Republican Party would go tell that person to step down?
No, Matt Gaetz is still in office.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if anything, I can take this and I can use this as an example of the fact that no, we are not the same fucking party. And this is another example of that.
No, I did agree with Cuomo not stepping down until the investigation was complete. I do agree with that. Hey, innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
But
I mean, if he wants to go that route, then fine. Fucking vote him out. I mean, he's gonna lose. He's gonna get voted out after this now.
So, Disney bought the Muppets, and they're doing the Andrew Cuomo story. They'll be on Disney Plus.
What?
Yeah, and they're gonna have the
Is this a joke?
Yeah. Yes, it's a joke.
Oh, I was like, what?
But they're gonna have the Count play Andrew Cuomo. And I have audio of the audition.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the audio?
Before you play that is perfect. When I was a small child, I loved Sesame Street. The only character that ever creeped me out and I have to leave the room was the fucking Count. I couldn't take him. Oh. I was like, he's scary, Mom. You might want
to take your headphones off for this one. Okay, ready?
You'll know that I am called the Count.
He remade this song for the Andrew Cuomo story.
Because I really love to. Sometimes I sit and all day. But sometimes I get carried away. I slowly getting faster. Once I start it's very hard to stop. Hey, faster, it is so exciting.
That is catchy.
I could forever until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love whatever the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the song of the Count. I the spiders on the wall. I the cobwebs in the hall. I the candles on the shelf. When I'm alone,
Andrew Cuomo's very naughty, waits home in that governor's mansion by himself.
I slowly getting faster. Once
all right. I think the Muppets are getting canceled. I think the Count's going to get canceled.
I can see his creepy purple face right now, like bopping around the whole room, talking about all this fucking.
Well, just like Andrew Cuomo.
Right?
Could you imagine being one of his secretaries walking in and he's dancing around the office singing the song?
Do you think that Chelsea Handler regrets all that thing about saying how she wanted to hook up with him?
Yeah. Yeah,
on Howard.
Chelsea.
On Howard Stern. And she got turned down by that gross man pig.
Chelsea, call us.
I know, right?
Robin was hitting on him too when they were interviewing him last year.
Oh my God.
Howard was trying to set her up with him. So anyway, that's Andrew Cuomo. He'll be canceled. The Muppets will be canceled. They're trying to get Michael Che from Saturday Night Live canceled because he made some Simone Biles jokes.
Oh,
But
God.
jokes are jokes.
Michael Che is a comedian.
Michael Che does the Weekend Update with Colin Jost.
No, I know that, but I'm reminding everyone. Michael Che is a comedian, so comedians, like, for their job, they do jokes. People, I mean, like, that's kind of their shtick. That's their thing. They tell jokes. You don't always have to agree with every joke and think every joke is funny, but that's what they do. So I don't understand how people, I am still having a very hard time of understanding how so many people do not understand comedy. If you don't like it, that's one thing. Say,
Right, yeah, like
I can't watch that because I've tried to watch like
when I watch
right-wing comedians,
Nick
and I'm
DiPaolo.
like, God, this is just not funny. But I still know that it's comedy and that it's jokes. I just don't find them funny.
Yeah. And even sometimes there's people that you like I like Pete Davidson. And he had a stand-up special on Netflix, and I just didn't find it funny. I'm like, dude, you're funny on Saturday Night Live. You're funny in the movies. And maybe I just wasn't in the right mood. I just didn't find that special very funny.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll watch, like, your favorite comedians. Some of their specials aren't as good as some of their other specials that they had already done, you know?
All right, so bring this all around. Personally, I feel like Simone is a hero, and she should be commended for looking out for mental health first. That's how we started the show. That's how we'll end the show. Mental health is very important, and she shouldn't be looked down upon for that. She's not a quitter, and it was brave. It was actually brave for her to step down. And the person that took her place got the gold.
I know. So what's the fucking problem?
And she did come back today. I believe it was this morning because it's in Tokyo, and she got the bronze medal in the one last match that she could compete in. Mm-hmm. So hey, she still brought home a medal, and USA. And hey, everybody, USA is kicking ass yet again. We're ahead of China.
Right. So we should say, like, in closing, then, if you're struggling, reach out to the suicide hotline number.
Suicide hotline.
Do you have the number?
I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared to think we were going to go down that road tonight, but
I thought you had it in your phone and you could, like, quickly look it up.
No, because I'm not calling the suicide hotline on myself.
I know, but to have it in there for...
I should, so for a quick reference.
I have it in my phone just in case I needed to give it to somebody who needed it. Like,
okay. Oh, I always look.
You don't need to focus so much on yourself. Like, think about others and be like, if this person's struggling.
I try to think about others. You know, I think we should get into like lighter subjects in the next couple episodes.
Weird.
We got some good stuff coming up. We're going to talk about death and grief, and we're going to talk about sexual assaults at music festivals.
Uh-huh.
Come on, we're going to lighten up the room.
Lighten the mood.
All right. You want to sing the counting song? Faster, faster, slowly getting faster.
No, I'm good.
No,
I still do not like the count that much. It's because
you're gonna
growing up.
You're gonna have a nightmare about Andrew Cuomo in the count outfit dancing around.
I'm gonna see the count, the puppet, and then I'm gonna think that in my dream, and yes, it's going to be a nightmare.
You know what I was afraid of as a kid? The snowman from Rudolph.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can kind of see that. Like, he's a little creepy. Like,
yeah. Especially when you're 3 years old.
Yeah, I know. That's about how old I was when I was like watching Sesame Street.
I never got around to telling my therapist that one, though. No,
That's a good point. I should bring up the fact that the Count freaked me the fuck out when I was a child. I'm like, hey, I'm blaming fucking Sesame Street.
I know. Oh, can we sue Sesame Street for a trauma of a youth?
Right. Like, parents sit you down in front. I loved all the other characters and I loved all the other shows on PBS. Like, Electric Company, all those
Sesame
things.
Street was my favorite.
No, Sesame Street was badass. Like, I loved all the other characters on it. The only one that I did not like the Count. He scared me. He creeped me out. Creepy.
I don't know.
Something about that guy. Creepy.
Well, we'll end it on Sesame.
And now I know why after I've heard his fucking song.
Well, we'll end it. We'll end it with a Sesame Street reference. This week's episode
Is brought
to you by the letters F and U. F and U to all the people that won't get the COVID shot and get us over this fucking mess.
That's right.
All right, and that's therapy right there. We wrapped it up. Another one. We will talk to you next weekend. A very special episode. And goodbye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.